Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. More updates concerning the Dele Farotimi case is coming up. And interestingly, so many lawyers are speaking up about the case. One of it is Fred Ezeoko, and he says that Dele Farotimi case has raised concern about Nigeria's judiciary. That's number one. He talked about investment, that it has affected investment confidence and also the country commitment to a fair system. I'm going to allow you to just get an excerpt of the video and get to hear exactly his viewpoint about what Nigeria should expect and why Afe Babalola wouldn't have taken that step, though he has taken, because it was a bite on his legal soul. Let's allow you to watch it. We'll be back to talk more.
My opinion is this. Salman Rushdie, when he wrote the book Satanic Verses, the book became sold like wildfire when fatwa was placed on Salman Rushdie. Yeah. If Chief Afe Babalola had tarried a while and maybe allowed the sleeping dog lie, this thing wouldn't have gotten to where it is today. The challenge now is, why would he allow the sleeping dog lie when the dog was biting his soul? That is the challenge. When the dog was biting his shoe and he felt he must rescue his shoes, he must rescue his integrity, he must rescue. But if he had even gone to the extent of filing civil defamation, police would not have been involved. Nigerians would not have heard about this. But the way it is now, there is the NSAS protests, the anger is still in the people. The police brutality, which has not ceased up to today, the anger is still in the people. The problem that Nigeria had between August 1 and August 10, when there was protest and then children were even arraigned in court by the police, the anger is still in the people. There is this in virtually all countries. Nigeria is not an exception. There is this problem between the people and the police, because an average human being does not want to conform to laws, and the police will insist that you conform to laws. In some cases, the police will overreach themselves, and the issue continues. The issue now is, if this matter continues the way it is going, because the conservatives who have sympathy for Chief Afe Babalola seems to want to wear out Dele Farotimi with multiple cases. There's a new one that has been filed in Ibadan, right? More, because if you hear the analysis of those by SAN, that one, and maybe more will come.
No, the one in Abuja.
There's another one in Abuja. By SAN Ogumijo. And even more will come, because they said the book had...
Yeah, it's beyond Chief Afe Babalola.
So now it is beyond Chief Afe Babalola. And they want to wear out Dele Farotimi with multiple cases. That virtually for many years to come, he will be moving from one courtroom to another, answering one question, defending one matter, and all that. At the end of the day, the more that is done, more the cockroaches are being driven out. I keep saying about these cockroaches. The more they are being driven out. And the more Nigerians will hear what ordinarily they wouldn't have heard. The international community will hear what ordinarily they wouldn't have heard. It is now a class struggle between the conservatives and the radicals.
All right, welcome back. Still on the issue of Dele Farotimi, and from all indications, there have been grand plan to worry Dele Farotimi legally, with senior advocates of Nigeria dragging him front, back, and center. And one of such is a prominent lawyer and a senior advocate of Nigeria, Dibayo Adenupekun, has filed a lawsuit against human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi at the Oyo State High Court in Ibadan, Oyo State. A court document dated 9th December 2024, obtained on Tuesday, showed the court summoning Dele Farotimi to appear before it within 30 days of service. Adebayo Adenipekun, senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, is listed as the claimant, while Dele Farotimi and Dele Farotimi publishers are listed as the first and second defendants, respectively. The court document reads, "You are hereby commanded that within 30 days of the service of this right on you, inclusive of the day of such service you do, cause an appearance to be entered for you in an action at the suit of Adebayo Adenipekun, senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, FCI AB, and take notice that in default of your doing so, the claimant may proceed therein and judgment may be given in your absence." The document contained this right is to be served within 6 calendar months from the date thereof, or if renewed within 3 calendar months from the date of this last renewal, including the day of such date, and not afterwards. The defendant may enter appearance personally or by legal practitioner, either by handing in the appropriate forms. This is coming amid the ongoing legal battles between Farotimi and another prominent lawyer, Afe Babalola. And report has it that Magistrate Court in Ado Ekiti State reserved its ruling and adjourned the bail application of Dele Farotimi to Friday, December 20th, 2024. The ruling means that Farotimi, despite the growing public outcry, will remain in custody for another 10 days, prolonging his wait for justice and freedom. Earlier, Farotimi on Tuesday pleaded not guilty to 14 charges leveled against him at the Ekiti State Magistrate Court. The charges, which were initially 16, were amended and reduced to 14 by the prosecution before being served to the defendants. Report has it that the human rights lawyer Farotimi arrived at the premises of the Ekiti Magistrate Court in Ekiti.
Wow, so much for Farotimi right now. I can still recall some of the statements that he had made before now. One of it was that there is not worth just dying like that. One should die for something. And from all indication, he's ready to fight with everything he's got. I know a lot of Nigerians are waiting to see what would transpire in this case. But interestingly, there's something this lawyer talking about Fred Ezeoko, legal practitioner, said. And he's talking about the fact that what we are seeing here is going to be a class struggle between the conservatives and the radical elements. And already we have seen the conservatives are really coming up because they feel that their names have been dented and they are out to fight with all they've got. While the radicals are like, we need this posh. We need the system to be posh. We need Nigeria to be free from some of these hidden things that have been going on, though it is yet to be, totally proven. What's your take on all of this, considering the position of Fred about the battles?
I feel that he's been very modest with his words. Let's tell ourselves the truth. It's as if it's a fight between the elite and the poor. And let's say the way it is. Farotimi has always been speaking for the poor. Farotimi is not a man that you call poor. He is privileged in every true sense of the word. He travels abroad. So you cannot say such a man who has lived a privileged life, he can decide to relocate to US if he wants to, but decides to stay in Nigeria and fight for the poor. He could easily mix and mingle with the rich, but he decided to fight for the poor. It clearly shows you that it's now a case of a face for the poor as against the rich. Now,
no, I'm sorry. I just want to ask, is it really a fight for the poor, or is fighting for the sanitization of the system?
But let's tell ourselves the truth. When it comes to the system, with what we have seen thus far, you can easily get justice if you're among the elites.
Yeah.
All it takes, in fact, if you look at it, it's playing out politically. If you are close to some high-ranking politicians who are very friendly with the judiciary, you can almost eat your cake and have it. But if you have nobody in the position of authority, and your brother is not at the top,
and you have a big guy to fight with,
and a big guy fight, even if justice should be served, you discover that it will be played down on, and you begin to wonder. Then you now go spiritual. I don't get anybody. I don't say one day God will fight for me for something that the law and the Constitution of Nigeria should have given you justice freely, but you discover that technicalities will play in. And that's what he's trying to do here. Look, what is the situation where Nigeria, nobody will be more Nigerian than the other.
Exactly.
And for crying out loud, some persons who have enjoyed that privileged elite lifestyle would not want that change.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they'll be more Nigerian than the other. So Farotimi is the face of that new Nigeria that Peter Obi is talking about. And I feel also this is what Ken Otokonko wanted Peter Obi to do.
Yeah.
But we have all forgotten that we are all not wired for activism.
Yes.
Peter Obi, if you look at him, he's a very gentle man. But Farotimi, it's in his blood. He said the way it is. So you can't force a man to live a life that he's not living. And Farotimi, I've always been saying it, if you ask me.
All right, now the last one. Do you really think that, based on what Fred has said, the legal practitioner has said, do you think that the purpose of him being served multiple cases is to weary him truly? And then I want to ask a question. Do you think he's going to be wearied at a point?
Well, he's human.
Okay.
One of the things that is psychological in this matter is when you are all alone.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is where Nigerians come in.
Yeah.
In every court case, show solidarity. Each time he comes in any court cases to present and he sees Nigerians, he's
emboldened.
He's encouraged.
Financial support and all of that.
That of financial support, I'm very sure that let him just not open his mouth, Nigerians will donate. Because they love him. The challenge now is a case of what they want to do is to scatter the court cases everywhere and not serve it on time so that by the time he's represented, nobody will know he's represented. But if they can make it out there on social media, he has a case here, Nigerians go there. Those in Abuja, everybody in Abuja goes there. They say it's Oyo. Those in Oyo, they go there. They say it's Ekiti. Those in Ekiti, they move there. You now discover that you can't worry Nigerians are Nigerians.
Yes.
How many can you worry? He will not be like Farotimi in many Nigerians.
Except you say you're going to hold the case in the moon.
Only then. And if you cannot go there, Nigerians cannot go there. But if you can go there, Nigerians will reach there. Now, if that happens, Farotimi will be very important, and that's exactly what they don't want to. And if we can get that push, then that thing Sowore is talking about, that thing Peter Obi is talking about, that new Nigeria, if you go with this same strength of unity, then 2027, I'm not sure that any kind of person.
No. From all indication, it won't be the normal thing that we have been expecting. Thank you so much for those full details. Let's meet our commission and talk more on this. What's the standpoint on what Fred, the legal practitioner, and also the fact that there are multiple cases hanging on the neck of Dele Farotimi?